Why does it feel like everybody's just passing you by? Because they are. What happens is, for me anyways, I would look around and be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna start this, especially like years ago in my early 20s when I was just trying new things. I had something stable, finished school, got a job, I was cool, I was starting my young family. I was like, I'm gonna start this. And I was like, okay, cool, this is a big deal. This is not a lot of people are doing this around me. I think I'll be all right with this. It should be fun. I'm capable of doing it. I know I can. I got the skill, I got the talent, I got the gifts. Let's go. And it would start like everything else in my life. I would start it, it would do good at the beginning, and then bam, I'd feel stuck. More effort, more new things, more technology, more cool stuff, more trends, more different. Change it, try something new. And during this time, other folks around me, you're watching, just in your life, you see that they're doing things that are way easier than what you're doing, much less risk, much less talent needed, much less investment needed. Just over time, just passing you up. Oh, then you messed up because you shouldn't have been investing so much time, so much money, so much effort into whatever project you're working on, whatever new thing that you're working on. No, because then you also have other people that would invest time, effort, talent, skill, also pass you up. And at a larger scale, because they're putting more on the table. They're risking more. Bigger risk, bigger reward if it works out. And a lot of people were just kind of going, and it's just like, wow, okay, this person had very minimal risk, still passed me up. This person put more on the table, risked more, way past me up. And you're going, okay, all right, maybe it's just more effort. I gotta put more effort, gotta work a little harder, gotta work a lot harder. Man, I definitely can't work less, because I know folks are kind of looking at me going, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he like not scaling? Why isn't he making progress? And then they see you kicking back. It's like, well, that's why lazy, because you're not doing anything. No, gotta work harder. I think that's where people like us start getting this really like messed up feeling and kind of frown feeling on people that are lazy. Because it's like, bro, come on, even when it wasn't working, I'd work harder. And then it wouldn't work more, and I'd work harder. So like laziness is just like, dang, you got it so easy and you're not even putting in the effort. And you still have this feeling of people passing you up. It's just, wow, they're making progress. They're getting the things, they're getting the receipts. Now maybe now in a higher version of yourself, you're thinking, yeah, but there wasn't really progress. They weren't working on themselves. I get it, and we'll get to that, and we'll kind of switch the perspective in a bit. But in an old school way of thinking where you were at before, you did have that feeling of, wow, why is everybody making progress and I'm not? Why is everybody passing me up? The solution to that is the solution that will get you to where you're at now, which is why you're making progress. If you're following along here with what I'm doing. And this is just a story I'm telling myself. Pretty much talking to myself here in hopes that this will resonate with someone. They'll find it relatable, like, yeah, that's me, and I can save you some time. Because a lot of the stuff, or I should say all the stuff I talk about, it's because it happened to me. I found the solution, I tried it, I applied it, and it worked. So there you go, a solution with the receipt that says, look at it worked. It's not, unless I haven't done it, I'll specifically say it. Hey, I heard this works. I'm gonna try it, and I'll take you through the journey. But most of the stuff I talk about here is stuff that I've done, I've felt, I've done, I've tried something to fix it, it worked. What I tried in the past to fix it, and it didn't work, in hopes, like I said, to like get you to save any time, that learn from my lessons. I already made the mistake, learn from that lesson. Especially if, kind of like with me, I found people that were ahead of me that matched my story. That's where this happened. That's where I learned what I learned. So I'm pretty much just passing the baton, same deal. The thing about it is you feel, and I would convince myself, there was a season in my life where I would convince myself, like, no, they're not passing me up. It's just that mine's taking a little longer because it takes time. Stuff like this takes time. And like I was like really lying to myself, and I knew it, but I would do so much, just like, you cannot not have faith. I would confuse like being phony and lying to myself as like, no, don't lose faith, keep on going, which ultimately it was part of my journey to go all those years feeling stuck, feeling that everybody was passing me by. Don't hate on them, don't be a hater, congratulate them. But and I never did, because they were my peers, they were my friends, they were my relatives, they were like people in my community. But yeah, I couldn't help to just like scratch my head. Later on in life, even like my first coach, even he kind of scratched his head, he scratched his head and was like, why are you stuck? Like, I can't figure it out. I remember the days, like, you should have won like 3 times already. Lost it all, and won again, and then bigger every time. I was like, right? What? I don't know. So the feeling of people passing you up, don't hate on them. They got other struggles. Unless they're winning in all parts of their life: health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. If they're winning completely, then go talk to them, because they got it going on. But if they're only winning on 4 out of 5, it ain't complete. There is still something that's gonna hold you back, that's gonna cause you pain, it's gonna mess with you. So you don't wanna learn from that person. If you listen to them, you're gonna be like them. Why risk it? Why go through that? So that feeling of feeling stuck, the feeling of people passing you up, don't hate on them. But yes, don't lie to yourself. Let me be the one to tell you, yes, it is true. It's not a feeling, it's a fact. They are passing you up. You are stuck, but you're not stuck on something external. It's not like something out there. You're the problem. You're the issue. You're stuck in yourself. You got yourself stuck on you. You're the issue. You're the challenge. So how do you get unstuck? The thing about it is that it's simple. It's simple. You've just neglected yourself, the growth in yourself. The feeling that you're stuck is because of the lack of effort that you've put in becoming the better you. So why are they unstuck? See, that was another issue I had for a very short moment of my life, trying to figure out why they passed me up. That's their story. That's sometimes a big issue that I had, and I was too concerned and worried. And I think this came through the people pleasing. Like, what are they doing to like just zoom on by? Why aren't they stuck? They have this, they have this, they have this. I have those things too. Why am I stuck? Don't worry about it. That's been one of your problems as well. You're too worried about other people. You're too worried about what they're doing. You're too worried about what they're accomplishing, what they're not accomplishing. But I'm not hating. No one said that you're hating. You're just taking up too much time and figuring them out. But I ain't not supposed to follow a blueprint. Yeah, if you follow them, go follow them completely. Do everything that they're doing, everything in all parts of their life: health, wealth, love, spirituality, generosity. And even then, it's not your journey; it's their journey. It may not. They're working on all external stuff. You're gonna follow along all the external stuff. It still may not work out the same because you're not working on the inside. You're not working on the internal stuff. Things are falling into place for them because that's the way it's supposed to be. That's none of your concern. Your concern is 100% you. What are you doing? How are you carrying yourself? And by the way, everything that you have around you, the way things are unfolding, the way you feel stuck, where you're at, everything that you own, where you stand, all your surroundings are exactly where they need to be according to your habits. The things that you've done the last 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years, 3 decades have given you this result, which is why you feel the way you feel. We'll call it stuck. We'll call it everybody's passing you up. It's not external. It's not what they're doing. It's not their job, their relationships, where they live, their parents, their upbringing, their luck, good or bad. I used to think it was that too. It's like, man. But the moment you change the inside, you start working on you, things will start changing. All your talents will root, will blossom. All your skills will will help you make progress. All your ideas will start working way different. Most of them better. Some of them will just fizzle away because they weren't meant to be. You were just so caught up in it's external, it's something out there that once you start working on yourself, you'd be like, oh my gosh, why was I working on that? That's not even like that. I just thought it would work. You start getting desperate. But once you turn it around, everything starts working so organically. Even some stuff that you quit on from the past that you're like, hey, I can do this. Matter of fact, it's already happening. The outside is requesting it from me, and I wasn't even trying. Because you're working on what you do have 100% control of, which is you. We'll get to it real quick. Let's just find out what it is. If you followed me for a while, you know it's always going to be the same thing. It's exercise twice a day with the intention of raising your frequency. We'll talk about it in a more basic terms. Exercise twice a day to raise your mood, to be in a good mood all day long. Grateful, good mood all day long. Twice a day, and anytime you feel yourself going into a low mood, bust some push-ups, up against the counter, up against the table, up against like where I did them on the bumper of my truck. That'll raise your mood. Side note, just so you can start getting like, familiar with it. Mood, frequency, vibe, energy, vibration, rate of vibration, personal rate of vibration. All those things is the same thing. Your mood. Diet, start tracking your food. Start eating appropriately. Best way that worked for me, that's really simple. Once you kind of do a trial and error phase and kind of practice and do some research, track your macronutrients. Download a macro calculator for your phone. I use Chronometer. It's free. It's easy. It's a learning curve. But part of that learning is for who? It's for you. You're investing in yourself. That learn is for you. You start tracking your food. I mean, what does that have to do with working on me? Oh, because I'm going to lose weight and look sharp. No. That'll just happen, like I said, organically. The reason why you're doing that is to build discipline. The more discipline you have, the more confidence you'll be gifted. Now you can grab those things, discipline and confidence, and take it to all parts of your life. Wake up time. Wake up at an uncomfortable time, whatever that may be for you. Not the time you have to wake up, but the time you choose to wake up, which is uncomfortable. Could be 5-10 minutes earlier than the time you have to wake up. What'll that do? That starts showing that you're grateful. You're grateful for your existence. Not to mention that you'll have time to do your first round 1 of exercise. Remember, you do it twice. You wake up 10 minutes earlier, bam! You just gifted yourself 10 extra minutes to do exercise. Now you can do exercise and be grateful. Knock them both out. Do that every single day. None of this Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We ain't doing it for that. We're doing it to work on ourselves. All that time you were trying to work on the outside thing, businesses, jobs, building this, building that. Did you work Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on that, or were you working on it 24/7, 8 days a week? I know the answer. So don't do it. Apply that same work ethic here. 7 days a week. And watch how you start feeling, and trip out and you'll start feeling different in 1 day. Watch what happens in 3 days. Watch what happens in 7, 10. Don't stop. Exercise, diet, wake up time. And they all have the intention. I'm doing this for this. I'm doing this to raise my mood. I'm doing this to build discipline. I'm doing this to be thankful. Exercise, diet, wake up time. Mind, body, soul. You're working on those things. You'll start changing directions immediately. You'll start seeing results by the end of the day. In 24 hours from the time that you start, because you can't wake up early today because you're already up. But you can already start exercising, and you can already start tracking your food. Tomorrow when you wake up and you do it again, the diet and the exercise, you'll see how different you feel by this time tomorrow. Then come back and leave a comment on this video and see how it started changing your life. It's a basic fundamental that you start working from the inside. You start elevating. You become a better version of you. Therefore, everything else that you do also becomes better because you're bringing a better you into those things. You'll quickly start catching up to those people that passed you up. Like, I'll pass them up. You'll see them get close because they're way out there in the horizon. You're like, wow. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa. They're getting closer. They're probably comfortable already because they're missing this element. They got there through other reasons that are not your concern, remember. But because they're not working on themselves, if they would have, they'd be way farther. You'll see that you quickly start getting closer. Quickly. And you're like, oh, I'll have the things. You'll have a better you, and you'll start realizing how much more important that is. The things, give it a little bit of time. They'll start showing up. And then you start worrying about, then you'll start realizing, I should say, that it's not the things. I would always be curious. Like, what do you mean it's not the things? Of course it's the thing. It's the things. It's like, it's the things, but when you start working on yourself first, you start seeing that the things are secondary. You're a lot more proud and you protect your energy more. You protect the inside more. Because you see how valuable it is and how much effort, consistent effort of basic things, exercise, diet, wake up time, it's taken to build this goodness inside, which the externals start becoming like, okay, yeah, it's cool. But, man, the value is in here.